All right, back to it now. Listen, this is the border bill is here, $120 billion. Let me break down some of the money for you. Let's see, $60 billion for Ukraine, $14 billion for Israel, $20 billion for our own border. It seems that they put the border last on their priority list, and that's only $85 billion. Where's the other $35 billion? God only knows. Pete Hoekstra, former ambassador to the Netherlands during the Trump administration, served 18 years in the House of Representatives and was House Intelligence Committee chair. Joining me now to discuss this. Pete, good to have you back.
It's always good to be with you, Steve. Not a great way to wake up on a Monday morning.
No, $120 billion, $20 billion of which goes to the border. But here's the thing about it that I think is really important. It increases green cards by 50,000 a year. It creates immediate work permits for every illegal alien. If you run across the border illegally, hey, congratulations, go find a job with you. Taxpayer-funded lawyers for unaccompanied minors. 5,000 migrants a day, 5,000 and stop calling them migrants. Every news organization that they're migrants. No, they're illegal aliens. Pete, it just makes me so damn angry. Go ahead, tell me your thoughts.
Well, I mean, and remember, at 5,000, as I understand the bill, at 5,000, it gives the president, quote unquote, enhanced capabilities to close the border down. It doesn't require him to close the border. It provides the president the opportunity to close or restrict access across the border. Joe Biden's not going to do that. He's going to, we got to 5,000. We can go to 6 before I do anything. We'll go to 7. And we've created a precedent that 5,000 is okay. And like I think you said,
and it's not okay.
President Obama, they said,
I look at some of these.
Was too many.
Right. Jay Johnson said 1,000 a day is too many. And so here I am looking at this and trying to figure out what on earth they're trying to accomplish here. And how about James Lankford and other Republicans saying, well, this is a good deal. This is no deal at all. You know, we see camps of homeless illegal aliens in Chicago, New York. They've got 32 giant camps of immigrants now in New York, some in the city. I don't know if you've seen this drone footage. I've seen a bunch of it lately, right? These giant wall tents, huge factory-like facilities for illegals. This is our future, America? Oh, and meanwhile, an influx of Chinese illegals, Pete, onto Guam that's been going undetected, apparently. The member of Congress, the delegate to Congress, James Moylan, screaming, America's day begins in Guam, and we've got a real big problem there because the Chinese are invading it quietly. Nobody's doing anything,
It's
Pete.
exactly right. I think one of the news shows over the weekend ran a special, on what's happening in the Darien Gap. These are the folks that are coming in from all over the world, including China. And guess what? Coming in from China, they're not families. They're not older people, married couples. They are young Chinese men coming here and crossing the border illegally. I think the other day, if I remember right, TSA acknowledged that, to get on an airplane, you don't need to show ID if you're an illegal trying to board an airplane. You just, I don't know.
And we know they lie about who they are. We know they lie about who they are, Pete, because that whole horde of Venezuelans that beat the crap out of 2 New York City police officers and then got let out without bail and got bus tickets to California. Unbelievable. And you wonder why nobody wants to be a New York City police officer. They gave false names, is what I'm getting at. Nobody knows who they are, not by name, not by ID, because we don't have any. That's how bad this is.
It really is. But like you said, we're three votes away in the U.S. Senate, in the U.S. House from this actually becoming law. Now, it'll be very interesting to see whether in the U.S. Senate they can get to 60 votes. Can they pick up the 9 votes that they need to get to having the 60 votes necessary to have a filibuster. Will the Republicans actually? Will they find 9 Republicans to vote for this thing? Also recognizing that if the Democrats keep control of the Senate after this election, where you don't have a Sinema and you don't have a Manchin, they will get rid of the filibuster. So sometime in the future, they would be able to pass it with 50 votes plus the vote of a vice president. And like I think you start off with, how is this a good deal for anybody? I think this will become a primary issue in the fall election. People are going. I hear it everywhere I go, and I'm sure that you do as well. People coming out and just recognizing the damage that this is doing to their communities, the damage it's doing to the U.S. economy, the damage that it's doing to your personal safety in your communities or the communities of these cities where they've had this huge influx. You put all of those things together, and American citizens, American voters are smart. They're going to say, no,
our safety is irrelevant. Our safety is irrelevant, Pete. We know that because just last week, and I can't figure out here in my home state who voted in favor of this, but 150 Democrats voted against a measure that would have required convicted drunk drivers that are here as illegal aliens kicked out of the country. 150 Democrats thinking that driving drunk is a good thing in America if you're here illegally. They not reason to throw somebody out of the country. Good Lord, if you get one DUI in your life, you're never allowed in Canada, not for the rest of your life, unless they've changed that up there too, but that's the way it's been for years. Not in America. No, get caught drunk driving, no big deal. Kill a family of 4, hey, sorry about that, our bad. This is repugnant, and for people like James Lankford to support this, or any other Republican for that matter, or any Democrat, anybody supporting this is insane, Pete. I'll give you the last word here.
No, I was with some folks from Oklahoma last week for a few days, and I asked them because I think they censured him by the Oklahoma Republican Party. This bill is totally out of touch with where the American people are, and it's not going to pass. There'll be a referendum on it this fall, but it just shows you how far the Democrats have come in being willing to, torpedo and destroy this country. It is unbelievable where they are.
Absolutely unbelievable where they are. Pete Hoekstra, we've got a lot of other things to talk to you about, including what's going on in Michigan, but not today. Because not today, it's the border. And once again, it's the border that is wide open. They don't care. They think it's a great idea. Give everybody free stuff on the way in. It's unbelievable. Anybody that supports this bill does not support America. That's the bottom line for me, period. It's worse than I thought it was going to be. Pete Hoekstra, thank you for being here.
Thanks. Have a great week. Thanks, Steve.